Okay, when I was 16,
当我16岁的时候，
I met the Lord,
他遇见了神，
and it was very dramatic
非常的戏剧化。
because when I became a Christian,
因为当我成为基督徒，
that whole year when I was 16,
就是那16岁的那一整年，
so many things happened.
很多事情发生。
I became a Christian,
他成为基督徒
and I started becoming this, Christian fanatic.
，connect，
就是好像编嘛。
哦，就为主发疯。
Okay, and there's this guy, his name is Nelson, that I play soccer with him.
有一个人叫Nelson，然后他跟他打踢足球。
And I said, Nelson, you have to believe Jesus.
他就说，你一定要接受耶稣。
And day and night and day, I will haunt him with Jesus.
然后每天好像追杀他一样。
So I became really passionate about Christianity and what Jesus did for me.
所以他就对基督教很热情。
And I came to a point where I said, God, my life is yours.
到一个程度的时候，他就说：“神啊，我的生命是属于你。”
And I got baptized just like Derek on Wednesday.
所以他就受洗啦，
Okay, and then I started to serve in the church.
所以他开始在教会服侍。
And then I started to become a cell group leader.
然后他成为了小组的领袖。
And then I went on my first mission trip.
他去到他第一次的宣教之旅。
And then all that happened in 1 year,
就是
from
在
January to
1
December.
年之中发生了那么多
It's
事。
like, I was, my life was going down, and then I met Jesus, and then it went.
就很像他人生走下坡，然后遇到耶稣，然后就。
Okay, one of the things that happened. Okay, this is we're going somewhere with this, all right? And one of the things that happened was one Sunday I was in church early,
有一个礼拜天，他在很早的时候在教会，
and I just wanted to be with Jesus,
他就想在跟耶稣在一起，
and I didn't care about anything else.
他什么都不在乎，
It was like this new, like you find a new toy, humping, when you
就好
find a
像
new
你
toy.
找到一个新的玩具一样，
You just want to play with a new toy,
一
okay?
直想要一直玩那个东西。
I got a new toy yesterday. It's called the iPod Touch.
哦
And I was like, whoa, this is so
昨
cool.
天他收到了一个很好的礼物，就是 iPod，然后他就一直玩，
Courtesy of my friend, my girlfriend here.
就是他从他的女朋友来的啦。
And, I just, I was spending the whole night playing with it. I slept next to my iPod.
所以他就整个晚上就睡在他旁边，然后一直在玩。
But, that's the same when I found Jesus. I was like, I just wanted to be with Jesus.
就跟他当时遇到耶稣是一模一样，他只想要
And
跟耶稣在一
so
起。
this Sunday morning, I found a room and I was just praying in the room.
所以早上的时候，今天早上他就早上在家里面祷告。
And I said, Lord, I'm 16. I don't know anything. I don't know this whole Christianity thing. But what I do know is that Jesus, you have come into power.
然后他那时候就是跟神说：“我什么都不知道，但是我知道你现在已经住在我心里面。”
And I said, Lord, whatever it takes, whatever it is, my life is yours.
他就跟神说：“不管付上什么代价，我的生命是属于你的。”
Maybe I was, naive at that time. Maybe not. I don't know. But I just gave my life to the Lord. I just say, God, whatever it is, just do whatever you want with my life.
不知道是不是他自己那时候有点问题还是怎么样，算，反正他就说：“我就是要把我生命给你。”
And that was a significant part of my life because it was, if I could trace back anything that I'm doing right now and call God on my life, it was then.
所以他现在所做的任何一切事情，都是从那个时候他所做的一个决定开
And
始。
I knew at that point in time, I gave my life and my whole life to serve the Lord.
所以他知道他那时候就把他生命交给神，他一辈子就是要服侍神。
And one of the things that God said to me when I was 16, I've never shared this openly, so this is kind of new.
那时候神就对他说了一些话，他从来没有公开说过。
And, he said that, Cornelius, one day you're going to marry a white girl.
他说有一天你会跟一个白人女生结婚。
And I was 16,
他
all right?
16岁的时候，
And I was new to, this whole Christianity thing. But then the voice of the Lord was just in my heart.
他那时候16岁，对基督教还没有很深的认识，但是那个声音就很在他心里面。
And I said, that is strange because I don't have any friends that are white at that point in time.
在那个时候，他根本没有任何的白人朋友。
So this was like an idea that was far, it was alien. It was an alien idea for me.
所以就好像是一个很笨的想法。
And for 16 years, I kept that in my heart.
所以在16年当中，他一直都记在他的心中。
And I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want anyone to think that Cornelius is crazy.
因为他不想要别人笑我说哦 ，Cornelius 发疯。
But I kept it in my heart, And then I had a godmother, my godmother,
然后他有一个属灵的妈妈，
was a Korean pastor.
她是一个韩国牧师。
One night she had a dream,
有一天她做了一个梦，
and she saw my wedding. She
她
dreamt
看
about
到
my wedding.
她的婚礼。
And then she called me the next morning, and then she said, Cornelius, I had a dream about your wedding yesterday. Of course, I was excited.
所以他打电话跟他说，我梦到你的婚礼。
Tell me about
他就
it.
很兴奋，很兴奋。
And then the first thing she said was, I saw that your wife was not Asian,
第一件事情他看到的就是他太太不是亚洲人，
and that your wife was white.
他太太是白人，
So I was excited,
所以他就很兴奋
but。at the same time, I was like, God, how is this gonna happen?
他就也对神说，这怎么可能发生嘞？
And then she said that, but also in your wedding there were some black people.
他也说了，在他的婚礼当中也有一些黑人。
And at that point, I don't have any black friends.
那个时候他也没有任何的黑人朋友。
Okay, we fast forward.
所以我们再快一点。
Many years later, when I came to ORU, or when I went to England first, some of my closest friends were black people.
然后之后他到英国去念书，他有一些黑人朋友。
And when I came to ORU, there's a ton of black people.
然后来到这边有更多的黑人朋友。
See, I didn't know any white people, and then God brought a white girl into my life. I didn't know any black people, and then I was surrounded with black friends.
他本来不认识任何白人女生，结果他认识了他的。
Okay, what I want to share this morning is
所以我想要分享的是
something to do with the call of God on all of our lives.
要怎么去处理面对神对我们的生命中那种呼召。
In Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10,
在以弗所书第2章第11节，
the Bible says that we are God's we're God's workmanship. We're God's workmanship. Created in advance to do good works.
我们是按照神所造的形象，然后为着要做各样的善功。
Okay, the word workmanship, is kind of like, have you ever seen pottery? People
你有
doing
没有看
pottery.
过那个陶器？
And you make a cup or a vase or a bowl or something,
所以你可以做一个杯子，做一个花瓶。
Now, it just doesn't happen just like that, like you just put through a machine and then it comes out.
它并不是说你放进一个机器里
You
面，它
know,
就
you
变成
have
了
to
那
you
个
have
形
to
状。
get the clay, you have to, spin it around many times, and then you got to form it, and you got to work on it, you got to press it, and you do all these things before that thing comes into shape, right?
你要塑它、磨它，它才能够成为它长的那个样子。
So the Bible says that we're God's workmanship. We're just like that, we're molded and
圣
we're
经上
being
面
formed.
说，我们为预备，神造我们是要做，预备我们做各样的
So there are different seasons in our lives, different things that happen in different parts of your life when you're a kid and when you're a teenager, when you're young adult, when you go to college, and then you get married, and then you do this and do that. There are all seasons in your lives where God works on your life,
So
works on you
在
to
你
develop the calling of God in your life.
在你一生当中的每个历程，都是神在塑造你、模拟的那个过程。
So there is a plan of God on each one of our lives.
所以在神有对我们每一个人都有一个计
That
划，
each one of us is created for a purpose.
每一个人被造都是有一个目的，
And it is our responsibility to discover that
就
purpose.
是我们的责任要去知道那个目的是什么。
So, it's common, when you're journeying through life and then you're asking yourself, oh, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do? What am I called to do? Those are valid questions. These are good questions to ask.
所以很正常的，你会到一个阶段，就会说哦，现在我应该做什么呢？我应该下一步是什么？这是很正常的